Hello everyone, welcome back to Spinning Iris and part 2 of my bookshelf tour, library update. That's what we'll call it. So basically what I'm doing is, again, I'm going through the books I have in my possession, collection, whatever you want to call it. Books that have found their way into my life, into my house, and to my brain, anyway. And updating the library log that I have to make sure I don't have doubles of things that I don't need. Let's get back to where I left off and the other half of that bag over there. All right, we have The Lazarus Gate by Mark A. Latham. This one I got at the library fundraisers, you can tell by that lovely orange dot. This is a bit of steampunk. Haven't gotten to it yet. It's definitely on a list of ones for me to read. Let's see if I entered it into my library list. Nope, not there. I have one that I read a couple of years ago, Little Dorrit by Charles Dickens. I rewatched the mini-series this lovely lady was in. It's a good book. A lovely thick book. What's nice about a lot of the Charles Dickens editions is there are a lot of annotations and notes in the back. Well, not annotations. Notes, which do come in handy. You get a little bit of a backstory on what you're reading. Little Dorrit. Here's a lovely little piece of historical fiction. India Black and the Widow of Windsor by Carol K. Carr. Yes, Carol K. Carr. This is a Madam of Espionage mystery. It's one of those random ones I found at Barnes & Noble and said, oh, I'll give this a try. India Black's an interesting character. I think I've got another one of hers. I think this is actually book 2 in this particular series. Yeah, it's book 2. India Black. Here's a random one from the library fundraiser. The Golden Ass by Lucius Apelius. I think this might be on my banned book list. It's definitely one I'm going to get to. Yep, there it is. Okay. Because I like Tennessee Williams, I grabbed one of these. It's Orpheus Descending, one of his plays. Again, library fundraiser. Why not? Plays are literature too. This one I read last year. John Grisham's The Whistler. This was pretty interesting. Pretty sad. Another one of his legal thrillers. Corruption in Florida. Topical. Okay. John Grisham. I'm pretty sure that's not on my list right now. Let's see, here's some more steampunk. This is a collection of short stories. Hot and Steamy, Tales of Steampunk Romance. I think I've read a few of these. Kind of read them now and then when I'm kind of in between books. There's various different authors in here. Let me see. John Rabe, Michael Stackpole, Vicki Johnson Stager, Maurice Broaddus, Jody Lynn Nye, Matt Forbeck, Stephen D. Sullivan, Tobias Buckle, Nikki Zucker Reichart, Elizabeth A. Vaughn, C.J. Henderson, Dean Leggett, Robert E. Vardaman, C.A. Verstraete, Mark Tassin, Mary Louise Eklund, Donald J. Bingle. Haven't gotten to all of them yet. There's only so much steampunk romance you can take all at once. Yes, I did. Already there. Good. Ah, and look! More Agatha Christie. This is The Mousetrap and Other Plays. This is pretty interesting. So you've got different variations on Agatha Christie's stories, like 10 Little Indians. The the play version of Ten Little Indians, or And Then There Were None, has a different ending than the book. Obviously. One of the things I noticed is there are some slightly happier endings, I guess, which I don't think were quite necessary. But it was pretty fun getting different, getting a different view of some of the stories here. Let's see, Towards Zero was the other one. Witness for the Prosecution. That one was pretty cool. Anyway, let's see. Agatha Christie, Back to CH. The Mousetrap and Other Plays, yes. Tired of Agatha Christie yet? Ordeal by Innocence. Now a thrilling motion picture from Canon Films, according to this cover. Let's see, Jack Argyle. This is an interesting one. This one is not Poirot or Miss Marple, though the BBC dramatizations decided to throw Miss Marple into this one for some reason. It's alright. Still the same story. Still the same outcome. Still same. Sad. Got some more classical literature. We have Lysistrata by Aristophanes, translated by Douglas Parker. And this is a play. Another one of those classics I'm going to get to eventually. Kind of have to be in the right mind frame to read Greek stories, whether it's tragedy or comedy or an adventurous epic poem. Okay. And here we are with one of my favorite authors, J.D. Robb, Divided in Death. The trick is figuring how to log this in here. Oh, that helps. Do I do this alphabetically or chronologically? Should be chronologically. Robb. Another one I haven't read yet. Been reading her novels out of order from the very beginning. Let's see what else. Oh, ready for some more Agatha Christie? By the Pricking of My Thumbs. What is this? This is a Tommy and Tuppence story. Did I read this one? Haven't read this one yet, I don't think, but I have seen the Miss Marple adaptation. Because for some reason, at that point in time, they wouldn't give Tommy and Tuppence their own show. Anyway. Got this one at a used bookstore. One I didn't have, one I recognized. Here's an interesting one. I don't think the others are in this particular bag. This is a collection of fantasy stories by George MacDonald. This one collection is called The Wise Woman. Well, The Wise Woman and Other Fantasy Stories. Illustrated by Craig Yo. It's a big influence on other authors like C.S. Lewis and Tolkien. Probably many others. I think I've read this particular one or some of these here. Well, they're a lot like little fairy tales in some respect. The Wise One or The Lost Prince. That's a long one. I forgot how long that one was. It's like a mini novel. Little Daylight. A lot of blank pages there. I found these at a used bookstore. Little pocket paper, those little paperbacks. Anyway. Oh, and guess what? Agatha Christie. The Hollow. This is a Poirot novel. What is this one? Red paint. Tired of Agatha Christie yet? Can never be too tired of Agatha Christie. Always an entertaining read. Okay, here's a different one. Author similar to Nora Roberts. This is Catherine Coulter's The Countess. Some, looks like a romance novel. It is a romance novel. This particular, what's that? Pretty bookmark. That's what that was. I say similar to Nora Roberts. Catherine Coulter's romance novels tend to be a little more historical. Like this one in particular is, I think, Regency period. Could be wrong. I'm not sure. In fact, the first one of hers that I read had an Arthurian influence to it. It's kind of interesting. And speaking of Nora Roberts, The Three Fates. Oh, excuse me. Three Fates. Read this one, I think, a couple of years ago. This one's fun. She likes to follow several different couples, and sometimes. In this case, there's 3 sets. All connected by history. Well, I say history as one historical event and an object that connects all 6 of these people together. 2 of them are related. Yeah, this one was fun. The bad guy was a woman for a change. Here's a random one I picked up at Barnes & Noble a while back. Secondhand Spirits by Juliet Blackwell. This was kind of fun. Kind of random. Yeah. Fun little side read in between all this. I can't see it. Between all this. Yeah, another little, this is a witchcraft mystery. And here we have Quantum Leap, The Wall, a novel by Ashley McConnell based on the TV series created by Donald Bellisario. See this one. This one I did read. I think I read it last year. Sam Beckett leaps into how old is she? 6-year-old girl living in Germany in 1961 with her family. A military family, obviously. And it's, some heavy stuff in here, considering what it is. The description on the back makes it sound like this little girl is the linchpin of what happens with the construction of the Berlin Wall. It's not what's going on. Definitely an interesting read. You never know what you're going to find with some of these novels connected with various series, whether it's Star Wars, Star Trek, Quantum Leap. Alright, guess what's next on the list? Agatha Christie, Postern of Fate. This is another Tommy and Tuppence novel. I think this is one of their later adventures. Let me see the date. Yeah, this is one of their later adventures. It was written in 1973. Did read this one. I think this Tommy and Tuppence are in retirement, but of course you can't keep Tuppence down. Let's see. I'm pretty sure this one's already listed in here. I read this one last year too. This is J.D. Robb's Dark in Death. This one was pretty interesting. Murder in a movie theater. I wish they'd listed numbers in here. It'd be easier to figure out where this is on the list. Here's another little piece of historical fiction. A detective novel in ancient Rome. This is Silver Pigs by Lindsay Davis. Got a few of these. I read this one a few years ago. This was a lot of fun. It travels between Rome and ancient Britain. Let's see, it was during AD 70. This is before Vesuvius exploded. We've got Falco. Marcus Didius Falco is our detective here. He's quite a charming dude. And now for the last one. Guess who it belongs to? Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. This one's been in my collection for a while because Borders doesn't exist anymore. I finally read this one before going to see Kenneth Branagh's film. Anyway, let's see. Isn't that nice? There's a little quote from Dorothy L. Sayers on the back here. A brilliantly ingenious story. It is. It's very simple. It's very, I won't say simple. It comes off as rather simple. It's easy to follow. So not too many details to get in the way of the ultimate picture that Christie is painting with this story. Won't give anything away if you haven't read it or haven't seen the movie. Yeah, definitely worth a read. And I'm pretty sure it's on my list. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so a little bit, slightly more than half of what I did the first time. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little video and cataloging with me. If you read any of the books that I have mentioned here, feel free to tell me what you thought about them down below. If there's one you want me to look at specifically or talk about specifically, let me know. If you like what I'm doing with this video, again, let me know. I'll keep doing them regardless. That's all I have for right now. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.